What's going on, guys? So today we are going to be working on the Subaru again. What we have going on today is something I've been excited to do. If you've watched one of my other videos on the Mini Cooper, you've probably seen a little hint of this, but we are putting on the GFB blow-off valve. This is the hybrid one that can do recirculation or vent to atmosphere. So been wanting to do this for a while. We're going to take off the factory bypass valve or recirculating valve and put this one on. So let's show you how to do that and get to it. Alright, so the first thing we're going to have to do is take off these two bolts that hold the factory valve on. We're going to pull the gasket off. If you've seen one of my other videos, you've seen we actually put two metal plates in there to block that off to get some turbo flutter sound. So we'll be taking those out. There's also a hose clamp down here for the recirculation hose. Depending on what you have as far as hose clamps, mine's just like a worm gear style. If you have like the factory one, the original one, it's probably a clamp you have to squeeze. So easiest route's going to be to take this off. If you want, you can take the whole intercooler off, make it real easy, but it's just some extra steps. So we're going to try to do it without removing the intercooler. If it gets too difficult, we'll then do that, but for now we're just going to take these two bolts, this hose off right here, and then we'll get to this clamp back here to get that undone. Now, normally you'll just have just the gasket, but if you attempted that little block off plate trick, you also have obviously those to throw away. So it is a great idea to get a new gasket. This actually does come with one, at least mine did. But anyways, yeah, mine actually has a new gasket in there. We'll go over to the bench real quick. I'll go over what we have here and the difference between the two. Let's get this one off the rest of the way, and then we'll go over to the bench and show you the difference. There you go. Alright, so we have obviously our factory recirculating valve here. And if you guys aren't familiar with how these work, basically this is sitting up against the intercooler, and when your throttle closes, all that boost pressure that you've built hits this here, which opens this diaphragm and then vents the air back through this recirculating hose. The difference between this and this is when it goes up in here, you then have the option to vent to atmosphere or take this housing here, but actually vent it recirculation as well. So this inner part right here, this collar right here, actually rotates, and inside there, I don't know if you can see, but that actually controls how much you vent and how much you recirculate. To set this one on your car, you do have to remove this housing, transfer it over to here. You also obviously need a new gasket, which they do provide, which is kind of funny because Shane got one of these exact ones and he actually didn't get this gasket. So a little mishap there, but you do get one, or you're at least supposed to. Two mounting bolts. There's actually an Allen wrench that comes with this. That serves two purposes. One, to mount your new blow-off valve. The other one is to adjust the spring tension. And when you adjust the spring tension, you're adjusting this piston spring to control how much pressure it takes to open that. So what we're going to do is we're going to set it up on the car. We're going to give it a little bit of pressure, let it snap shut, and see how that opens. We want that piston down in there to close all the way before you get back down to idle. So that's what this does. The tighter we make that spring, the faster that's going to close. We got to remove this. There's two Phillips head screws here. Be careful not to strip those out. We're going to take those off, transfer the housing over, then we'll be ready to put it to the other car, or back on the car. Put this back on the car. Definitely be really careful not to strip these out, because that'll make hell for you later. There we go. Alright, there's that. That just sits on here like that. We tighten it back down. Alright, we're good to go. Let's go put it back on the car. See how this thing sounds. Whoop. Oh look, Michael's here. It makes what Bree calls a ghetto, what is it, ghetto girlfriend sound? Because a ghetto girlfriend always be like, shh. So that's my ghetto girlfriend.
Spacer.
No, shut up. Yeah, so Michael, the last time Michael helped me on a project was the shifter bushing. And we had some mishaps with that. You guys should see that video before this one, so you've probably seen that. With the whole spacer washer thing. I blame him because he's like, oh, don't worry, this is going to be easy. Was it easy, Michael?
Nope.
No, it wasn't. So that's his fault. Anyways, I have to finish up this real quick, and then we're going to actually... The Mini Cooper video, we're actually still in progress with, so I'm actually waiting for parts. So we actually are shooting these kind of simultaneously, but that video you've hopefully already seen as well. So putting this back together, I don't know if you heard, but my wife over there calls this a ghetto girlfriend because ghetto girlfriends always, you know, don't care what you're doing and they just be like, psh. So that is my ghetto girlfriend. I got to tighten up the recirculating hose. Look it back down here. I got to tighten up the recirculating hose down in here. Real quick, and then we'll put the gasket on right there and then tighten it up, and then we'll adjust this spring tension like I was telling you inside the garage there a minute ago. Original factory color on them.
You said you were...
So that's the piston we're adjusting. Now I have it turned to what I think is right around 50-50 split. So what we're going to do, we're going to start the car, we're going to rev it up, put it on boost, let it close, and I'm going to watch to see when that closes. So hopefully it closes right before idle, and then we'll be good. I'll probably adjust it a little higher than that just for higher boost pressures, but that's what we're doing. So there you have it, guys. Not too difficult. If that's the sound you're looking for, that's one of the best ways to get it, because you also get the benefit of recirculating. So definitely recommend the GFB valve. If you happen to get the package and it doesn't have that gasket on it or in it, I would call GFB or let them know. They'd probably just hook you up. I'm sure they want to help you out. So mine did come with one. Like I said, Shane's didn't, which I even looked through Shane's kit too. It didn't come with one. Don't know why. Probably just a mistake. Outside of that, I'm done. We're going to go work on the Mini because we're actually still working on that. You guys have fun. Go learn something, and we'll see you guys later. Say later, Michael.
Later.
Alright guys, it's that time once again. What do you got for us today, Mater?
Hey guys, you know this fidget spinner craze? Do me a favor, if you order one online, make sure you spell fidget spinner correctly, and don't do what I did and try to order a fidget spinner and end up with a midget stripper.
Later.